And all right, guys, thanks for joining me. This is going to be very brief. This has got to do with Edochie and all the saga, everything that has to do with him with regard to him marrying second wife and what the people have said, you know, the members of the public, what they've said. Now, there is this particular statement issued by somebody that they freeze, to be specific, say, because now that Edochie has married two wives or has done what is done, that ladies should actually have the opportunity, they should be able to actually do the same thing. So if your husband cheats, ladies should cheat. If your husband marries two wives or marry two wives, you should equally have another husband somewhere. That is totally not right. The fact that somebody is bad doesn't mean everyone should be bad. Okay, we all know from before now, from inception, that it is something terrible, a bad thing for a woman to have two husbands, which is obviously not possible. There's an adage that says, "Obìnrin tó bá ní ọkọ méjì ó dáṣẹ́wó, but ọkùnrin lè ní aya méjì." That means that men can marry as many as possible wives, but women, ladies cannot marry more than one husband. So if Daddy Freeze himself has come out to say, okay, you know what, because your husband has done this, ladies should be obliged, ladies should be given the privilege, or should themselves be able to have extramarital affairs, or they should be able to equally have another husband or another side, whatever, side chick or side man somewhere, that is totally not right. Now, guys, understand this very clear. I'm not saying you should agree with me on this. This is my own opinion. Okay? Edochie has done what is done. He said in one of his clips, one of his write-ups, in one of his posts, that when he was contesting, he didn't hit the crowd. Nobody reckoned with him. He has acted so very many movies. Nobody reckoned with him. Nobody praised him. But now that he has married second wife, now that he had welcomed another baby, or he had another child from a different woman, he broke the internet. Okay? I am not supporting that. I am not saying, okay, marrying two wives. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying marrying two wives is good. I'm not supporting Edochie. But Edochie is not the only one in this. We have so very many men. It's just that Edochie's case has broken to the public. Internet is not talking about it left, right, and center. It's Edochie's time. Edochie married second wife. That's the topic on the internet at the moment. It has happened to very many people in the past. Some people are still dealing with their own case at the moment as we speak. It's going to happen to so very many ladies in the future. It's going to happen to so very many ladies in the future. A lot of people are experiencing that, but that is yet to break the internet. A lot of people are actually suffering, are actually dealing and battling with that kind of incident in their respective homes, but that is yet to get to the internet. So that Edochie has come out, or he has publicly declared that he had another child from a different woman. He came out publicly to say, some people said because the story leaked, that Gist Lover leaked the secret, and that was why the guy quickly came out to talk about it himself. Okay? I am not supporting it. I don't want to go into the genesis and the revelation and the whatever of the whole story. But what I am saying is that the fact that the man, or the fact that your husband has had a child chick, has impregnated a lady, or had a second wife, doesn't mean you as a woman or as a married woman should step out to have extramarital affairs. That is totally wrong. The moment a woman or a housewife steps out to have extramarital affairs, that case is going to be worse than when your husband have a child from a different woman. It has been designed, it's been destined to be like that. A man can marry as many as possible wives. It's been designed to be like that. But women cannot marry more than one wife. It's not designed like that. You cannot change the design. You cannot change the destiny. So when Daddy frees himself as somebody that we look up to, who teaches the word of God, who talks to people about different kinds of things, scriptural things, it is quite unacceptable that he is going to come to the public and say that ladies should equally have the ability or the possibility or the obligation, whatever it is, to marry another man or have extramarital affairs. What are you teaching people when you talk like that? What exactly are you teaching people? It is quite sad that your Edochie has done what is done after you have trusted your wife. You came to the public, you came to the social media to say your wife of 16 years has been so very good to you. You don't have any age. There hasn't been any problem for the whole of the 16 years. Why did you go ahead to step out? And I'll tell you this, guys. Most second wives comes as a result of pregnancy. Most second wives comes in as a result of having side chick. When you have extramarital affairs and when you have unprotected sex, it will eventually someday lead to you having a second wife. It will. Because if you are having, if you have a beautiful wife at home, everybody does that at home. If you have a beautiful wife at home, right, and you choose to step out to just do one or two things, unprotected, someday the lady is going to tell you, I'm pregnant, I can't find my period. And if she can't find her period, God bless you if you have some change. God bless you if you are the public guy. God bless you if you have some money. The lady will refuse to abort. Most especially if it's the lady that has never married before or who hasn't got any child or any children whatsoever. The lady will refuse to abort the pregnancy, and the moment she refuses to abort the pregnancy, she will give birth to that baby, to the child. That means you are a father to another child somewhere. And at some point, the family of the lady will push further that the lady becomes your wife, that you do the necessary things, pay her dowry, then she becomes your second wife. So if you know you want to have extramarital affairs, you love your wife, you've been in a relationship, a marriage for 20 years, and the marriage has been so peaceful, you enjoy it. When you started, you don't have nothing, but the moment the woman came into your life, you started booming, you started making money. Yes, we understand. But if you know you want to do all of those things, try and have a protected sex. If you have a protected sex, it will prevent you from having a second wife. Except if you have decided within you that you want to go for a second wife. If you want to go for a second wife, that is totally different. That means a premeditated kind of thing. But if you don't plan, if you're not planning to have a second wife and you want to have extramarital affairs, be protected. This is really simple. Be protected. There are millions of guys out there who have second wives somewhere, but their wives doesn't know about it. London, America, Nigeria, anywhere you go to. There are loads of guys who have children outside, and their wives doesn't know about it. Up until this moment that we're talking about. And the children he has outside, maybe one or two, with about 10, 15 years, and the wife doesn't still know about it. So, what am I saying in essence is that there are so very many ladies out there who are looking for where to be. There are lots of unmarried ladies out there, especially the ones that are rich. If you have some change in your pocket, ladies are looking for you. If they get you, if they are pregnant for you, they will not terminate the pregnancy. They will not terminate the pregnancy because you have money. They will tell you, don't worry, I'll take care of my child, I'll look after myself. That's not true. Few months after, your mind is always there. You will eventually have to send money for the upkeep. You will eventually have to register the lady for antenatal. You will eventually have to look after the baby when she's being given birth to. You have to pay the school fees. You have to do all of those things. You have to give them money for the upkeep. But if you are not rich, if you don't have a dime, if you are still struggling, the lady might not be pregnant for you. Because apart from the fact that you're not going to marry the lady, she's still going to suffer. So she would prefer not to even be pregnant for somebody who is already married. So extramarital affairs and second wife kind of thing is always looking for the rich guys. So if you as a rich guy, you are having extramarital affairs, you are not protected. Second wife is looking for you. Second home is looking for you. Second family is looking for you. It is really important. So the case of Edochie, from the beginning to the end of the story, we know. And the internet has it. To some of you who doesn't know anything about what has happened to Edochie and blah, 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 in summary, he has a 16-year-old, he's been in a relationship for 16 years, you know, and the wife has been so very good to him, and the marriage has been so sweet. He made mention of how sweet and how beautiful and how good the lady has been to him, but he impregnated one lady, this actress as well, that they have been moving together in the same industry, one way or the other, as a result of having extramarital affairs. When you keep side chick and you are having unprotected sex and you have some money, the lady will be pregnant for you. There are no two ways about it. You can't escape it. But if you are the type that is just looking for what to eat in the morning and looking for what to eat tomorrow, this and that, the lady will not be pregnant for you, because the lady knows you are not going to marry her and she's not ready to even suffer with you. But if you have money, even if you don't bring her home, she knows you will rent an apartment for her outside and look after the child. Edochie is not the only one in this. There are several people, several men in this particular instance. Just as Edochie's case broke the internet. Edochie's case broke the internet. There are millions and millions and millions of guys out there with this kind of situation, but their story is yet to break the internet. It's just as simple as that. So, but then for that, the free is to come out to advise ladies to spread their tentacles, spread their legs outside and have extramarital affairs. That is totally wrong. If you as a woman, as a married woman, spread your legs or you spread your tentacles outside because your man, your husband, has extramarital affairs, people will blame you 100 times more than your husband having extramarital affairs. If your husband is bad, let it be bad. The fact that somebody is bad doesn't mean we should all be bad. Doesn't mean the fact that your husband is doing this, you should do the same thing. If your husband has extramarital affairs, you should also have extramarital affairs. No. Because people will see you as a slut. People will see you as a harlot. People will see you as a bitch. You will ruin the marriage. I am not saying that the wife, if you catch your husband in an extramarital affair, you shouldn't divorce him. You can divorce him if you wish. It's up to you. But if your husband catches you in an adultery, in an extramarital kind of situation, he will divorce you. Only 1% of men will not divorce their wives, catching them in adultery. This is really important, guys. It's quite important. I don't want to just drop the whole story of Edochie from beginning to the end. I don't want to begin to start talking about this. The father said this, he said this one said that, and all of those. No, I don't want to talk about. I just want to say to you what I have said. That the free said X, Y, and Z, and ladies should not emulate. Ladies should not follow what Daddy Freeze has said. You will be led astray. You will be led astray. Because I am so disappointed in Daddy Freeze for what he has said. How could you have said a thing like that, that ladies, because they are men, their husband has done it, they should equally do the same thing? How could you? Him as a person could be having extramarital affairs. It is possible. I am not saying he is doing it, and I'm not saying he's not doing it, but it is possible that he is doing it. So if you are telling ladies, because their men have extramarital affairs, that they should also have extramarital affairs, they should spread their tentacles outside and have men. For what? I mean, for what now? What is it going to benefit them? We are supposed to help to build marriages. We are supposed to help to patch, to reconstruct, to amend, to heal broken marriages. We are not supposed to help to break marriages. We are supposed to speak to ourselves as men, to love our wives, and understand the fact that there is nothing in extramarital affairs. The only thing that is in extramarital affairs is you just want to have a fling. But if you are not doing it carefully, you will eventually have a second wife. Apart from the fact that your wife gives you problem because some ladies are terrible as well. Some ladies, they could be very, very terrible. They push their husband outside on a regular basis. They treat their husband like a piece of rag. So ladies in this particular category pushes their husband outside, and what do you get in turn? The man will go outside and go and meet another lady. That is a different case entirely. But if you as a lady, you are good completely, you don't trouble your husband, you respect him just like as he respects you, you cook his meals, you don't trouble him, you don't. If he goes outside to spread his tentacles, then he's guilty, 100% guilty. But that does not mean you should do the same thing. Because if you do the same thing, your children will think that is exactly what is in vogue. They will emulate, that will inculcate that habit. And by the time they get into that, they will do it even more than the one you do. They will be worse. So that is all my own submission with regards to what has happened to Yul Edochie. I am not going to talk about it from A to Z. That is my own submission. Side chick, right? Second wife begins from side chick. The moment you start keeping side chick, gradually you are moving towards having second wife. If you are having unprotected sex. If you are having unprotected sex, but if you have unprotected sex, there is no possibility that you will have a second wife, except if the condom you are using bursts on a regular basis. That can eventually lead to an unwanted pregnancy, which will make the lady to say, okay, you know what, I'm not terminating anything. It is quite important we'll understand this. And I hope that you will be able to share this clip, that the Freeze himself will see it and understand that, no, it can speak to people scripturally, I understand it, but certain things might be right. Everybody is not perfect. Let him, if it's possible, if you get this clip, please, let it get to him. Let him understand that it doesn't work that way. You can't teach ladies to spread their tentacles outside and have extramarital affairs because their husband has done the same thing. No, you can't teach people like that. We are supposed to help to heal broken homes. We are supposed to speak to ourselves and teach ourselves and educate ourselves the more on all of those things. Because the children that are coming in the relationship, when you are into a polygamous kind of situation, the children will suffer it. Where two elephants fight, the grass under it will suffer. So men, we need to understand. We need to keep educating ourselves that men need to understand. It's not like we're going to say, okay, because your husband does this, you two step outside. No. No. So please, if you are getting this video, if you're getting this clip, can you please help me to share it that it gets to the Freeze? Let him understand that it doesn't work that way. Thank you very much, guys. I would love if you share it. I would so very much appreciate it if you're able to share this. Thank you very much for watching. We are concerned about relationship and marriages. We are very, very particular about it because we believe it is linked with your health, and your health is linked with your relationship. If you're interested in all of this and you want to make it more or less like interactive kind of section, please try as much as possible to subscribe to this channel and open your notification bell icon so that you'll be notified each time we drop a new clip. With regard to what we have said today, if you have a different opinion or a different comment or something generally different from what we have said today, please leave it in the comment section below. Let others see it and make it more or less like interactive kind of section. And until next time when I'll be seeing you guys, this is CRISOGMEDIA Network. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay in a peaceful relationship. Bye for now.